All right, we're gonna open up our Model Magic. Just use a pair of scissors. And we're gonna pull this out. Now from here, I'm gonna use my scissors and I'm gonna cut it into thirds. This third will be for the top. This third is going to be the base for my cupcake. All right, so after we've divided our clay, we're gonna be working to make something similar to this, a cupcake inspired by artist Wayne Thiebaud. Now, to do this, again, we want our clay, we cut it into 1/3 piece and a 2/3 piece, and you just kind of work on kneading it to soften it up. And then we're going to take the base, and I'm gonna roll it into a ball. I can do this on the table. And then I kind of twist it, try and get it flat, and start working with it to create that cupcake bottom. So I took that ball, I kind of twisted it to get that flat base, and then kind of rolling it on the table like so, and we start to get that idea of the base, kind of pinching it in on the bottom so that it gets a little bit of an angle. If you've eaten a cupcake, you know they're skinnier on the bottom, they widen out, and then they're covered with all that frosting. So from there, I'm gonna work with a ruler. Oops, this one is broken. I could work with a knife carefully. I could possibly do this with scissors. I like the ruler. And what I do is come in here and I'm just gently pressing in, and I'm creating those lines like we see in the cupcake liner. Now for this particular cupcake, I am giving it a white cupcake liner. If you wanted this to be a different color, you could do that. But for this particular piece, we're gonna work with white. Okay, so now I've got my base. I've got that little dent in there, and that's okay from holding it and carving in. This is gonna become my frosting. So I'm gonna use one color for my frosting, and I'm gonna leave this aside to do some sprinkles. So to color my Model Magic, I'm just kind of pinching and flattening it out. And we will do some orange frosting. And so all I need to do is take my marker, and I'm coloring right onto the Model Magic. Start to press it over, kind of press it in, and color some more with my marker. Press this over and in, color on it with my marker. I'm not getting all the areas, and that's okay, because I'm going to knead this to mix all the color in. The more I do this step though, the darker or the more vibrant and bold my color will become. Just like if we were working with paint, because the Model Magic is white, our color is going to be lightened by the white from the Model Magic. So I want to get a nice bold orange, so I'm really working orange into there. All right. So then I just start to knead it. I just fold it over, mush it around, and you can see that my Model Magic is turning orange. All right, I think I want it a little darker. Again, personal choice in the colors. All right. Okay, so from here, I'm going to roll out a coil. And this is what is going to make my frosting on the top of my cupcake. So I think this is a good length. So I start in the middle and I just start to wrap this coil around. And then I start to spiral it up, and as it comes up higher and higher, I start to make it smaller and smaller. And then this looks like a good place to stop. I can pinch that off and kind of shape the top of it. So now I've got my frosting spiraled on to my cupcake. And to do the sprinkles, same idea. I'm going to do a few colored sprinkles. So just taking little pieces. That one will be blue. This one we will make green. We will do a purple. And the red. And so kneading these in, and these are little bitty pieces of white, so that color really starts to absorb into them. Right, and then to turn them into sprinkles, what we're going to do is, again, roll out coils with our colors. And they're super skinny coils. And then you can work with the scissors, and we just chop little bitty pieces off. And then we can start to stick those little sprinkles wherever we like onto the cupcake. Now I've had people in the past say, can I make my cupcake liner a color and leave my frosting white with colored sprinkles? Sure. Can my cupcake liner be blue and my frosting be purple? And absolutely. We just want to make sure they look like cupcakes when we are done. So I'll throw a few more sprinkles on here. Oh, I missed that side. And with Model Magic, these sprinkles, I'm barely touching them, and they're just going to stick right in place on to this cupcake frosting. Now, with your excess Model Magic, you can also make details. So sometimes we see those cupcake toppers where things are, sticks are put in, and they make certain objects. So I'm going to turn this into brown. So it looks kind of like a toothpick when I press it into the cupcake. I certainly want it to be a different color than our frosting. And same idea, we're going to roll out a coil. Do something like this, and I'm going to poke this in here, like it's sticking out. And then I can add something on the top. So I feel like I want to put a balloon on there. You could do stars, you could do different things. I'm gonna mix my red in with my orange to change up the orange a little bit. All right. So just kind of press it out, kind of flat. And I want to cut out a shape that I think is going to look like a balloon. And then I can press this onto my stick. And I can have this standing up. Now, if I want it to dry that way, then what I'm going to do is lay it on its side. And when I put this to dry in class, I'm going to position this with the tissue so that when it dries, my balloon dries and it's standing up off of my cupcake. And so when I leave it to dry, I'll have it dry like this. Once it's done, it will stand up and it will be a little decoration coming out of our cupcakes.